Okie dokie. This is part 53 of Seal Up the Book, Daniel, until it be time of the end. And I don't want to keep hashing on this thing about the war right now, so we're going to get back into the Word. But I have to go with how the Spirit leads, which is how all ministers of the gospel should be doing, lest they serve Balaam, or Baal, or Baal, or whatever. Unless they're serving Satan. Let's just put it that way. And let me just tell you a little secret here. You have two choices. You can serve God or you can serve Satan. That is your choice. That is your choice. God or Satan. You take your pick. Oh no, my page trying to come out of my book. Anyways, you take your pick. God or Satan. Because if you don't serve Jesus, you're serving Satan. Now remember, a corrupt tree cannot bring forth good fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth corrupt fruit. Don't be attacking the children of God just because what they look like outside. Don't assume somebody's lost just because they might be a different color than you. Don't assume somebody's lost just because they may not have money. Don't assume somebody's lost because they don't have education. Don't assume people are lost just because they don't have this, and this that you think that people are supposed to have if they're working for God. Jesus himself was a carpenter and was very poor, had no place to even lay his head. Slept outside on a rock most of the time. So, don't assume that just because people have things that they are of God. That's Pharisees. Y'all need to learn to discern. God's children will share what they have, no matter how little or how much they have. God's true children will share what they have with others. And that's what you fail to understand. That's what you fail to understand. But anyways, let us get back into this word. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 11. We're going to jump back in here at verse 10. But his son shall be stirred up, and shall assemble a multitude of great forces, and one shall certainly come and overflow and pass through, then shall he return and be stirred up even to his fortress. And the king of the south, let me hit this because it's getting a little bit shadowy in here. And the king of the south shall be moved with choler. Now that means enraged. He's going to be enraged, and shall come forth and fight with him, even with the king of the north. He shall fight with him, even with the king of the north, and he shall set forth a great multitude. But the multitude shall be given into his hand, And when he has taken away the multitude, and when he has taken away the multitude, his heart shall be lifted up, and he shall cast down many 10,000s, but he shall not be strengthened by it. For the king of the north shall return, and shall set forth a multitude greater than the former. And shall certainly come after certain years with a great army and with much riches. Uh-oh. You're going to go get backup, going to get more funds, going to go get help. Look what's going on right now. Kind of fitting that we're talking about this particular thing then, isn't it? Anyways, and in those times there shall many stand up against the king of the south. Also the robbers of your people shall exalt themselves to establish the vision, but they shall fall. That means to fulfill the vision. The robbers of Daniel's people. Now, who would that be? Think on that now. So the king of the north shall come and cast up a mount and take the most fenced cities. The most fenced cities and the arms of the south shall not withstand. Now, them arms, we know that means armies and stuff, right? That's the forces, as it says right there. You're going to come up against a fortified city. And the forces of the south shall not withstand. Neither his chosen people, neither shall there be any strength to withstand. Talking about God's chosen people, they're not going to be able to withstand. What do you think that means? This is all biblical, and people been coming at me because I've been trying to tell them this stuff, but they read your word. Don't attack the messenger. But he that comes against him shall do according to his own will, not God's will now, his own will. And none shall stand before him, and he shall stand in the glorious land, which is Judah, which by his hand shall be consumed, which means conquered. He shall also set his face to enter with the strength of his whole kingdom, an upright one with him. Thus shall he do, and he shall give him the daughter of whom he shall give him the daughter of the woman he shall give him the daughter of women, corrupting her, but she shall not stand on his side, neither be for him. After this shall he turn his face to the isles, and shall take many. But a prince for his own behalf shall cause the reproach offered by him to cease. Without his own reproach, he shall cause it to turn upon him. Then he shall turn his face toward the fort of his own land, and he shall stumble and fall, and not be found. He's not going to be found anymore. He's not going to be found there, folks. Then shall stand up in his estate, that means place, a raiser of taxes in the glory of the kingdom. But within a few days he shall be destroyed, neither in anger nor in battle. And in his estate shall stand up a vile person. Well, I think we've seen a lot of this lately. To whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peacefully and obtain the kingdom by flatteries. Wow, we see that happening now. There's so many that don't want the one I just showed a video clip from in there, but he will come in peacefully. Says so right there, in a time of tranquility, is what that peace means. He will come in peacefully. See, people aren't rightly discerning the word of God. And with the arms of a flood shall they be overflowed from before him. And shall be broken, yea, also the prince of the covenant. And after the league, which is treaty, made with him, he shall work deceitfully, for he shall come up and shall become strong with a small people. He shall enter peacefully, even upon the fattest, which is richest, as you can see right there, richest, the fattest places of the providence. And he shall do that which his fathers have not done, nor his fathers' fathers. He shall scatter among them the prey, and spoil the riches, yea, and he shall forecast his devices against the strongholds. That means devise his schemes against the strongholds, even for a time. And he shall stir up, excuse me, he shall stir up his power, and that stir up means call up his power, and his courage against the king of the south with a great army. And the king of the south shall be stirred up, which is called up, to battle with a very great and mighty army. But he shall not stand, which means he shall not win. For they shall forecast devices, which means predict devices against him. See you in the next part.